2024 AMC 8, question 9. All the marbles in Maria's collection are red, green, or blue. Maria has half as many red marbles as green marbles, and twice as many blue marbles as green marbles. Which of the following could be the total number of marbles in Maria's collection? So this question is sort of a ratio/proportion question. Because there's some relationship or ratios between number of red marbles to green marbles, blue marbles to green marbles. And for those kind of questions, when they ask you, hey, which of the following could be the total number of marbles, it's going to be about this number has to be a multiple of something, and you need to figure out what is the something. So now, as a first step, and I would recommend this step to you, even if you are very experienced with this kind of questions, just to make sure you are understanding all those relationships correctly. So Maria has half as many red marbles as green marbles. Now, take a thought experiment. How many green marbles are there if this Maria person has one red marble? So that's what I want to try as a first step, just to make sure you understand those ratios correctly. So I'm going to see there's RGB. Apparently they use RGB color schema. Now, if you only have one red marble, that's half as many as green marbles. So green got to be 2. And similarly, twice as many blue marble as green marble. That means blue is the double of green, and blue would be 4. And this is going to give us 7 marbles. So 7 is a possible number for the total number of marbles. I'm using 1, 2, 4 here because that's easy numbers for you to quickly get, well, generally how does this work? And by the way, I assume R to be 1 because reading through this, I realized that, okay, red is going to be the lowest number. So I want to make it 1. Otherwise, you'll get some fraction numbers. Well, what if red marble is 2? Well, very similar relationship. That's why I call this kind of questions ratio/proportion question, because green is going to be 2 times 2, and blue is going to be doubling of that, and you will get 14. So with this, you probably get an idea. This has to be a multiple of 7. So the answer is going to be 28. And that corresponds to the case where red is 4, green is 8, and blue is 16. And I want to use this as a step further, because when you're working on AMC 8, you either have learned about expression using unknown variable x, or you're new to it. But either way, this is a good example for me to introduce this idea to you. Now you can say, hey, I don't know how many red marbles do I have. I can assume I have x red marbles. Then you will have 2x green marbles. And blue marbles going to be 4x. If you add them up, you are going to get 7x. So this proves our hypothesis, which is the total number of marbles will be a multiple of 7. And that's why it's multiple 7, because whatever x you have, the total number of marbles is going to be 7 times x.